financially mostly, from what I see. 'Cause, it's all about, everyone wants to be a big shot, but they gotta pay the price. They have to know how to handle defeat.
If I'm not mistaken, a 92-pound weight difference, almost a 100-pound weight difference. It's insane. Let's say he comes in at 200 pounds. It's still a 65-pound weight advantage, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Into that.
I don't know what's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder. I think it's not a real fight.
Mike Tyson isn't holding back on Jake Paul's latest bold claim about beating Gervonta Tank Davis. The former heavyweight legend, famous for both his raw honesty and devastating power, blasted Paul for suggesting he could take down one of boxing's most feared fighters. While Tyson has at times praised and criticized Jake's boxing journey,
I'm quite surprised because it sounded like Jake Paul and Joshua was getting closer and closer for January. However, there have been rumours of Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul in the past. I think with Gervonta Davis's kind of legal problems in the last month or so and rumours about his retirement, I don't think it's a massive shock that he is taking this Jake Paul fight if it is going to go ahead, purely for the reason that it's a lot of money for maybe not the most difficult job that he's going to have in his career. So it's a strange one, but yeah, it's just another kind of day in the sport, really, isn't it?
The showdown between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis is officially set for November 14th at the Casa Center in Miami, Florida. The fight was originally planned for Atlanta, but concerns from the Georgia Athletic and Entertainment Commission over the significant weight gap between the two competitors led to the venue change.
Oh my days. Jake Paul versus Tank Davis. Is this real? This can't be real. Because he was talking about fighting Joshua, which is heavyweight. And now he's saying about fighting Tank. Nah, this can't be. It's Netflix as well. I need to go and do some checks and see if like the main pages have posted this. But Jake Paul's posted it. It says Friday, November 14th. It's in Atlanta, State Farm Arena. This is random, no?
Jake Paul steps into the ring with a record of 12 victories, 7 by knockout, and just 1 defeat. He has transformed his influencer fame into a legitimate boxing career, building his name through high-profile crossover bouts and savvy business moves.
People are like so fucking insecure. Kind of lost myself in the whole entertainment world, and so when I found boxing, it gave me that like routine, that discipline. I got to like take time for myself in these boxing camps, and every day for training I had to like meditate. And boxing gave me the ability to like reflect on myself and like realizing who I was and who I wanted to be, and that helped me mature. You get addicted to that validation from others, and that's something that I realized that I had to face. And like, why do so many people want clout? I'm not good enough. I need followers. I need likes. It's driving a lot of our generation because they're working so hard to get this external validation.
Gervonta Davis remains undefeated with 30 wins, 1 draw, and numerous knockouts to his name. He currently holds the WBA lightweight title, though it won't be at stake in this matchup due to the clear size disparity. Instead, the fight is being billed as an exhibition, meaning many of the standard rules of professional bout, such as round structure, weight limits, and certain regulatory requirements, are more flexible and subject to negotiation depending on which commission sanctions the event.
25 is at the next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight. You're out of it?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate on that?
Out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
Who do you think will win between Jake Paul and Gervonta?
But I don't know. It should be Gervonta, right? But the weight size and everything, we'll see. It's a fun entertainment.
Mike Tyson, who has already shared the ring with Jake Paul, has reportedly urged caution ahead of Paul's clash with Gervonta Davis. Tyson knows the pressure of facing Paul firsthand, but also acknowledges the far greater danger posed by a fighter as explosive and technically gifted as Davis. While Paul carries advantages in size and youth, Tyson believes Davis's speed, precision, and knockout power make him a serious threat regardless of weight. His warning suggests concern that Paul may be underestimating the challenge, emphasizing that while the fight will generate huge attention, Jake must carefully balance his legacy against the very real physical risks.
I think Gervonta Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now, but he's got a tough fight coming up. You know, he's the top dog. There's no doubt about it. He showed that. But Barrios, he's a pretty good fighter. Last time I saw him fight, he was pretty durable.
Eddie Hearn has voiced strong concerns over Jake Paul's upcoming fight with Gervonta Davis, insisting it's more than just a high-profile spectacle. He cautions that the matchup poses serious issues of size, safety, and risk, warning that Paul could leave the ring physically damaged. While Hearn acknowledges a massive financial draw and public buzz surrounding the bout, he believes a mismatch could result in Paul taking a dangerous beating that might derail his future plans, including a potential showdown with Anthony Joshua. Despite calling the fight a 50-50 in terms of outcome, Hearn's underlying message is clear. For Jake Paul,
this fight, Paul risks far more than just his record. In Hearn's view, his well-being is on the line.
We know that Gervonta's going to fight Jake Paul in November, and then we'll see what happens if there's an AJ fight. Be interested to go from Gervonta Davis to Anthony Joshua, but I don't think the Chavez fight is terrible. I think it's a smart bit of business.
I think it's extremely dangerous for Jake Paul. You know, I've got the general feedback is the boxing world saying, please, AJ, go in and evaporate this young man from the boxing world so we can all get on as normal. You've got Jake Paul fans thinking bizarrely they can beat Anthony Joshua. And the most bizarre thing out of everything is that Jake Paul genuinely believes he will beat Anthony Joshua.
Carl Froch, the former super middleweight world champion, has voiced major safety concerns over the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis exhibition, pointing to an estimated 65-pound weight difference between the two. Froch highlighted that Jake Paul has been fighting close to the cruiserweight limit of around 200 pounds, while Davis typically competes at lightweight, roughly 135 pounds.
I mean, I don't really take Jake Paul that serious. He can't really box. He can have a little fight, he can have a swing. He swings away, stands up straight, and he throws punches, but it's not professional boxing. Because when I watch him box, he does so much wrong. It's just, everything's wrong. It's so bad. He's got leaky defence. He telegraphs his punches. Like, you put him in with someone his own size, it was a professional, and it's a mismatch. And you'll see that if he ends up fighting somebody. Tommy Fury, bless him, he's a pro boxer, but he's inexperienced. He's got no amateur pedigree. He's a raw novice, or maybe just above the raw novice. I was saying earlier, where would I put him in terms of levels? He'd do well to win a British title. He's at that sort of level. And then from British title to world level, it's like different worlds. It's like totally different. It's like a different sport.
Froch argued that in a sanctioned professional setting, this fight would never be approved due to the extreme risk involved. He emphasized that Davis has never faced the kind of size and power Paul brings, warning that even one heavy shot, particularly a looping or hip-driven punch, could cause serious harm.
My name was mentioned at his press conference and he shit himself, and the fight was just absolutely fucking diabolical. Again, I've said before, he's not a professional boxer. He never will be. And he proves time and time again that he's not a professional fighter. So, Jake Paul, go on, piss off.
While Froch acknowledges that Davis has the skill, footwork, and ring IQ to control stretches of fight, he questions whether Davis possesses the power to truly damage Paul. In Froch's eyes, Paul's overwhelming size advantage makes the matchup inherently dangerous.
Just here at Los Naranjos in Viva, España, and I found out that Gervonta Davis is now fighting Jake Paul. So Jake Paul was supposed to be fighting AJ. Eddie Hearn announced 99% done, which we've just spoke about. What next for AJ? Potentially Jake Paul. But it now looks like that Jake Paul is fighting one of Anthony Joshua's legs. He's fighting Gervonta Davis, somebody who's a quarter of his size. I don't even know what's going on. Has Eddie Hearn been played? Let me know what you think. But the AJ fight with Jake Paul's finished. Gervonta Davis, fake Paul, November. I don't know what's going on in the world of boxing. This is an absolute joke. What next for AJ? We'll get into this, and there's so many questions I want to get into in the next episode, but hope you enjoyed this one. And yeah, just thought I'd give you a quick update because the news has just come in and I'm just trying to relax and play a bit of golf, and I can't. I've got to get it off my chest. I'm going to add it to this video. Hope you enjoy it. Don't forget, if you haven't already, hit like, share and subscribe to the best channel in the business, Froch on Fighting. and we'll see you very soon.
Unlike most critics, Chael Sonnen doesn't see the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis matchup as wildly mismatched. Speaking on his YouTube channel, he said, "It's not as bad a fight as you guys think," drawing a clear distinction from the much-discussed Paul versus Anthony Joshua idea. Still, Sonnen pointed out one major issue: Davis's inability to sell a fight. He argued that Tank lacks the charisma and promotional skills to generate hype, whether for a title showdown or a main event, which could make the bout less captivating from a marketing perspective.
The exact opposite has happened. The opposite of fighting Anthony Joshua is not fighting nobody. The opposite of fighting Anthony Joshua is fighting Tank Davis. Okay. So there's one big glaring issue for me. It's just your partner being Tank Davis. Tank is not the guy that knows how to sell a fight. Tank cannot sell a fight in his own division. It could be a title fight, a contenders fight, a main event fight. He could be